Hi, welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Ify and Dami here. Today we're going to be talking about affirmation. Yeah, it's a quite. Oh yeah. So I just wanted to take a second to think how many of our parents really affirmed us growing up. As you're thinking, I just want you to let your fingers do the talking right now. Subscribe, and if you're new in this channel, I just want to say welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah. So let's go ahead.
Yeah, affirmation. It's quite an important one because really I think the power of positive affirmation has been shown in research time and time again in how it molds a person into whatever they grow up to be. It does play a big role if a person gets positive affirmation or negative affirmation or no affirmation at all, because sometimes it's not even that it's negative affirmation, it's just none whatsoever, which still has an impact. I'm just kind of looking at our own life and our own kind of story. I was fortunate to have received a lot of biblical positive affirmation, which is probably why I'm super confident or overconfident sometimes. I received a lot of affirmation even when I was behaving like a bonehead. I still had the good called out in me by my mother. So therefore, I see it from the side of when you receive a positive affirmation, what it can be like. Whilst for some other people, I mean, what's your experience?
Well, my experience, I would say that I never really had that affirmation. Not that there was in my own, from what I can remember, no affirmation.
Yeah, so it wasn't negative affirmation.
Yes.
It was just no conscious effort was made to kind of have the affirmation, the words of affirmation spoken over you. And the funny thing is, actually, early years of our marriage, we did this quiz where we did our love languages, and what would you know? He has two love languages. One is words of affirmation. His big one is actually words of affirmation, and my husband's other one is, take a guess. Touch.
That's every man's one.
I think so. Anyway, back to affirmation. His big ones is words of affirmation. So you can then imagine a child whose love language is words of affirmation to not receive any affirmation. Do you want to share if it kind of had any impact? Did it have any influence or any impact on you?
I don't know. I don't know if it had any impact, but it's the way I see it is part of it's more of a cultural thing where we come from, as in the parents.
As in African?
Yes, it's. I wouldn't say 100%.
I was gonna say
it's not 100%. But however, like now, I asked 3 of my friends if they were ever affirmed, and all of them said no. So that's basically out of the 3 said none. They did not affirm, and one of them, the guy said, well, the dad only affirmed him when they were among his friends.
When they're outside amongst family friends. So kind of a showing off, like trying to big up your child, competitive, my child is all that. But when it's in the house
it's completely different.
Imagine that would influence the child in a kind of weird way, like, oh, so you only see me when we're outside, but you don't see me when we're inside.
No, it's amazing. If you have a big family, for example, if you mostly affirm if it's a girl, the first child is a girl, you would affirm that girl, because if 1 out of 15 children, or then if the second child is a boy, they are definitely affirming that boy. It's the first son. Yes, it's just that's the way it is. It just comes that way. Then any other children, they can be bothered to affirm, except the child is extremely clever.
One that shows special ability.
Yes.
Okay, will get attention. I think we're just trying to bring this to the fore, especially for us kind of African. I think it's important that this is something that we should pay attention to. The power of positive affirmation, and we're talking that over our children and of course over our spouses, but I think that is a different video. But we're talking particularly about our children now, and we're kind of sharing our experiences. We had a different experience. I had lots of positive affirmation. My husband had none. Not because the parents were trying to do anything mean, they probably just didn't think about it. Because of course back in the day, we don't have all the resources, they didn't have all the resources that we have now to kind of have an understanding of the effect of these things. We're sharing what we think the effect of lack of affirmation can have on a child. And we kind of think, from what we've seen with friends and with experiences, is that the lack of affirmation, or the other side, the speaking over a child, kind of negative words, I think from what I've seen, affect a person in kind of course, how they see themselves, how they view themselves, their self-confidence. It can affect them in those kind of ways, in kind of how they view the world and how they view themselves and their value. So today we're just sharing a few words of affirmation that we speak over our children daily. I mean, they will repeat it back to us now. Like, my house is full of paper because of course my child thinks he is the best creative person in the whole world, which means every paper gets turned into some kind of creative treasure. I call it creative mess, but to him it's a treasure. So the first one that we speak over him is that you are creative. Because he is creative, and I think every child is creative. They have awesome imagination if you just let them go for it. So we speak over our children that they are creative, and we just let them create. Sometimes it's a holy mess, but we create nonetheless.
The next one I would say, you are blessed.
That kind of helps them to see everything they receive as a blessing. Literally waking up every day is a blessing. So it's helping them understand and saying it over themselves that they are blessed. The next one is that you are fun. You are fun. We don't ever speak over our children that they are boring or anything like that. You are fun because you're creative. You are able to create fun for yourself. So I don't ever put up with my child telling me I'm bored. I don't even think our son has ever told us he's bored. Because it's this, you're creative, you're fun, you can go and find something to entertain yourself. So it's important to let your child think they are fun so that they can use their creative ability to bring something fun into their life and their experiences.
Next one is you are loved.
Absolutely. I love you is a common word in my house. In our home, I think telling each other and telling our kids that they are loved, I think it's a daily, quite multiple times kind of word that's said in this house, because again, they do need to know that they are loved, and it needs to be verbalized. They are loved. The next one is that you are made in God's image. This song we sing over them now, and they love it. You are made in the image of God. They love that song. And we tell them over and over again that you are made in the image of God. You are created for purpose because you are made in the image of God.
Now, next one is we are proud of you.
Okay, that's a big one that every child should have been told at some point in their life that I am proud of you. Absolutely. The next one is that you are courageous. You have the strength you need to face your fear because you are courageous. You will find situations that will bring fear to you, but we let them know that they are courageous and they can pray through their fears. So you are courageous.
Next one is you are clever.
Absolutely. It's important because every child again, because they're made in the image of God, they have been given the wisdom, and the Bible even says if anyone lacks wisdom, let him ask, and we tell that to our children. So therefore, because they can ask God for the wisdom, they are clever. Yes, their abilities are different, but they are clever. Absolutely. You are set apart for good, because the Bible says that He has created us for good work that was predestined So therefore, you are set apart for God for good works.
Yeah.
So that is a word we speak over our children.
Yeah. And the last one.
We've just kind of picked 10 that we speak over them. Of course, there are numerous you can speak over them.
9 and 10 are kind of the same thing.
They're similar.
You're born to stand apart.
You're born to, well, that is similar, but it's letting them know that they don't have to try to muff into something else. They don't have to try to muff into what their friends are, what their friends are doing. I remember a few weeks ago, Arinzechuku came home and told me that someone had laughed at his name because he said his name was funny or something. And I said to him, look, you are different, you are created to be different, and your name is different. Yes, your name is not the regular English name. It's Arinzechuku Joshua Erifeoluwa for a reason. Arinzechuku Joshua. Arinzechuku means the grace of God. So I explained to him that you don't have to be sad that someone said your name was funny. Next time, tell them that I am unique. And guess what? You know what my name means? My name means the grace of God. What does your name mean? So I kind of helped him to see that it's okay to stand up and be set apart. It's okay to be different, even if it's in your name. And if someone says your name is funny because you're different and because the Lord has set you apart, that's okay too. Yes, process the kind of the laughter at your name, process the sadness, but still stand in your uniqueness, stand in being apart. And again, because we have affirmed this child so much, yes, it was sad, but he was able to come to us and talk to us about it. And he kind of shook it off, and the next day, yes, he was like, yeah, my name means the grace of God, and what does your name mean? And that was the end of that. That was the end of that. So it is important. We're making these videos to kind of share our life a little bit and share what works for us. And this is just a few of the words of affirmation that we speak over our children, if not daily, very, very often. And praise God, they're growing into Jesus loving, confident children. Not because of just us, but because of the grace of God, and because we make a conscious effort to train ourselves. So we're just sharing some of the lessons that we've learned. All right. If you like this video, subscribe. My husband's hand. It's the hand for me. Subscribe, like, and we'll see you on our next video.
Share with your family and friends.
Oh, share. Remain blessed.